So it's up. It's been up for a few seconds, a few awkward seconds. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that giant crater there that's come up. So I'm just going to point the camera down. If you read the description, we're in the midst of trying to put together a retro and properly retro rig. So this is the stage I'm up to. I've got I think I've got the motherboard in correctly. Hopefully it's grounded and whatnot. I have done my best with these with the header pins from this monstrous case. I've got a post analyzer. I'm just channeling my inner necro. I have a post analyzer card installed. I've got a video card. I've got lots of video cards, it turns out. I've got quite a few Cirrus Logic chipset ones. That's just the first one that I found. So I put it in there. I do also have a sound card. This is a 286 20 megahertz board that I attempted a repair on last year, and I haven't touched it since. This is a massive full tower case that I was gifted from the Adelaide Retro Computer Group, along with a bunch of other things that I needed to try and get this up and running. What I am missing is some kind of IDE to compact flash solution, because I think I gave that to someone last year, so I will need to order another one. It might even be actually that I put it in an iPod. I might have one. I don't know. But at the moment, and of course, any way of making discs, which I currently don't have. But I think now the only thing that I've kind of got left to do at the moment, and if the smoke comes out of this, well, yeah, I'll be upset, but at least it'll be an answer, I suppose. If the smoke does come out of this, or it's totally inconclusive and I get nothing out of the post board here, no beep codes or anything, then I've got a little clock to start putting together, because all woodworkers are apparently now making clock videos, and I only just got the memo. So I'll find a cord. I'll find a, what do they call it, an IEC cable. That's not one. Be the only person that can't find one of those cords in this room. VGA cables coming out the wazoo, but no IEC. 1 second. I'll go find one. There's one out here. After a very nervous wait, now I should probably turn this off. Oh, sorry, I'm very close to the camera there. I'm just plugging it. ASMR. I'm just plugging it in now. And I'll put this up. So hopefully any fires can get spotted from a great distance. Now I'm not sure which is on or off on the switch. That's off, unless I wired it backwards. Okay, we're ready. I should probably get my fire blanket at the ready. 3, 2, 1. That was kind of uneventful. Huh. Well, that sucks. Oh, hold on. Right, maybe it'll work now. 3, 2, 1. Nope. That's highly unfortunate. Indeed. Oh, hello. I've got a light. I've got a fan. The But the power supply fan's going. There's no smoke pouring out of it. So I guess any damage that's being done is on the logic level. You know, it might be frying the CPU. Which does feel warm. So maybe it's doing something. I mean, I could have the PC speaker jumper backwards, but jumpers are common, aren't they? It doesn't matter which way around they go. Billy is saying hi. Hello, Bill. Billy's heard me talking, and I can't talk to anyone without saying that Billy's here. Billy's a good boy. Well, okay, that's a better start than I thought. I wonder if I can hook up a monitor. I wonder if I can remember where my monitor is to hook it up. Would be the next thing. Oh, it's under there. Should I hook up a monitor? I don't know if I've got the space. I might do. I'll put all the box of random screws away. I suppose the next thing is to try and jerry-rig a monitor. I wonder if the reset button works. One light, one LED. I'm not sure which LED it is. I wonder if it's the LED that lights up when the thing's backwards in the slot. I'm not sure. I did hear a speaker, like, you know, energize, if that's really a word that I should use. Okay. Let me unplug this. And what I'll do is I'll attempt to move this down here. Right. And it will still reach to plug in. I'll unplug that, and hopefully that's not anything important. And now I'm just going to dig under the table while I get the monitor out, which is hidden away under here behind Eternity 9XL Pro and behind an oscilloscope and some other things. But I do have a lovely little screen here, which all right, in fact, Eternity might be able to help me here. The 9XR might give me a hand. It might be interesting to see if it's doing anything. I hastily will say that I think it will be doing nothing, but you never know. All right, let me plug this in to the VGA. And it's also got no controller card in at all, and no bootable media. So I might just get a nothing message, but we shall see. I need another cord. Where the hell am I going to find another cord? 1 second. That was the one for the ultrasonic cleaner before. I think I had one down here. I was just looking at one before. I think in there. Of course, back in the pile of stuff I've just been looking through. Let's have a look. Right, there we go. Yeah. There we go. There's one. Crisis averted. It is the world's longest one, unfortunately. So, I mean, lots of recoiling. What I should do, I should be smart about this, but that's not like me. It's not in my nature. So I should plug this one into the Philips via its ACK-in port. There we go. Get the ACK in. And, oh, sorry, I'm clunky and clanging because the room is tiny and I'm not. Yeah, I've got some IDE stuff somewhere. I've got a couple of IDE drives, but I don't know if they'll be recognized by 286. I think this kind of BIOS will probably only recognize up to, I don't know, 40 megabytes, or was it 207 or something from years ago? So I'll lay down. There we go. We know the monitor's working. There's the monitor. Okay. Fingers crossed, everyone. Here we go again. Any kind of input. No. I'm guessing what happened is that corrosion probably went further than I thought it did. But, oh well. It's a step. That's okay, right? Worth a try. Billy's certainly impressed by it. Never you mind. That's okay. There's other stuff to do. I'll warm up the soldering iron, and I'll get to that. I also have to 3D print a cup holder thing. My dad wants an iced coffee cup holder adapter for his new car, and I said I'd do one because the one car comes with these sort of boxy cup holdery dongles, but the other one doesn't. So I will deliver said cup holder adapter. Oh no, what fell behind there? Something fell behind the oscilloscope. Alright, I'll move this out the way and I'll get going on I'll make with the soldy. Right. I'll just put this back out on the other bench. Oh no, Billy, it's fine, don't move. Alright. Favourite tool on the workbench there. I'll hang that up. Put that back down there. And we're in business again. Right. Get my soldering iron. Get ready to do some soldering. Some soldering. I shouldn't complain about how the Americans say it. Who cares? So what's new in the world? I've been advertising these for sale. These cup holder things, but to no requests at all. So I'm wondering, I've been asking $10. Only $5 for the chunky edition, just because I think it's probably too wide and ungainly, and maybe no one will want one. So it's just kind of trying to get rid of excess stock, basically, get rid of prototypes. Lots of positive feedback on them, no orders. So that's a bit strange, but that's okay. Live and learn. I have asked whether, I've asked the market, what should I be charging for them? If $5 is too much, $10 is too much, what's a better price? Without much luck at the moment. So I've got this clock that you gave me. I've got this clock here, Matt. And all the woodworkers are suddenly making videos where they're making blooming clocks. So I'm guessing it must be prudent to follow suit and try and do the same. So it looks like all the circuitry goes on the back, and that's that lovely big bag of tricks there. So all that goes on the back, and it's got a R11. I don't know whether I'm going to need to. Well, it does say what the resistance is for all those resistors, but it does look like most of them 10K and 330. So that's okay. That should be all right. I might even be able to manage that. And a lot of LEDs. I think what I'd probably start doing is the resistors first, and then sort of lower profile components next. So why not? You know, that's what a dusty workbench is for, right? Let's get to it. I think I'm going to do when I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to buy the baseline fluke meter or something, the fluke meter level. And then I saw a Ford Escort today. Oof, that might be a bit hot. I saw a Ford Escort today, and people keep asking me. I took a photo of it. People keep asking me, "Oh, how much did he want for it?" He apparently wanted 3 fuck-offs for it because he wasn't happy that I took a picture of it. But you don't see them here. You don't see them in the wild anymore, and it certainly don't see them as a sort of regular-looking little old car. So it was a pleasant thing to see, but it also pleasantly pissed off someone. So I need the shitty snips. I need the bender. I'll need my meter. You know what I might even do? This has become so bloody handy. Is having a little clip bleed. 2 clip bleeds is even better, but I can't find the other one. Anyway, I'll probably put it up there. Did I put it back in there? Did I put it in? Maybe I didn't. No, I don't know. No, change that. I'd love to get 2 clip bleeds. I should make some. That would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? I'm starting to kind of understand why my dad always had like a wall of different meter leads and stuff. And also why he never had the one that he needed. That's the other fun bit. Always had lots of meter wire, but never had... And other lengths too. No, I don't know where the other clip bleed is, but I'll take one. I'll use one. Because that will just make it a little bit handier. Handier like. Alright. So what do we got? 330s and 10K and a 10K. And 330. I might do the 330s. That might be a good way to start, because that will get rid of a lot of things. I reckon they're probably the 10Ks. I'd say this little bandolier is probably the 3. Ow! I hit the desk. I hitted the desk. Oh, I've got my foot stuck. I'm doing well. Shall I move the camera down so you can see my terrible technique? So it should be 600 should be plenty. No, I'll get that out of the way. That one is 324. I'd say they're the 330s. On the Inco, not Unco. Let's cut a few of these off. I got most of the laser cutter back together. I was meant to go there today and finish it. I will need to go there tomorrow because I have a horrible feeling the painters are coming on Monday. And I don't want them painting with an open, half-completed laser cutter in the room. I think that might go badly. So I will go there tomorrow and finish reassemblage, which will provide a good break. And I haven't figured out where to put my Ford Escort sign. Anyone that hasn't seen the other video, look, this arrived the other day. I found this on Marketplace, and essentially that's the bloody car I saw today. That color as well, round headlights, 2-door. So mine was more like that. Mine was the I had the gear version, 2-liter, best air conditioning ever. But I should put that up because I think the clock in my classroom is knackered. So I'm going to take my clock from here and put it up because I won't be able to use this clock in there because the health and safety authority will be very upset if I did that. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to put all of these in and I'm going to bend them all at once. Am I going to finally do the right thing and put all the orientate them the same way? Probably not, because let's face it, that doesn't sound like me. Now, was that the one I needed, or did I actually need the other one? Does that spacing look about right, or does it look a bit big? It looks, that's a 10K, don't put it there. I've suddenly lost all the 330s there. It is a little bit on the big side, but it's not too bad. Probably needed to go in this one. In a little 3D printed former. I would like, the fancy one that Big Clive's got, but do I really need it? Do I really need any of the tools that I've got? No. Nice to have, though. Are they not? I hope you are drinking lots of tea and eating plenty of chocolate there, Matt. There's not much you can do for a cold, but at least you can feel better. So, or drinking lots of gin or something. I suggested that to someone today. They took great offense, apparently. I suggested drinking gin and eating chocolate because there's no cure for the common cold, but at least you could feel nicer about it, couldn't you? Hi hum. 330. Okay, whichever way this one is. Yeah, I'm going to try and put them the way that you would read them. My glasses are hurting my head. I've got new glasses and they're, when they dig in behind your ears? They're doing that. This is terrible. These are awful. The thing is, if I do it like that, I'm going to get annoyed by it. Even though now these look like they've been in a minor car accident. Not that you're going to see this, but with my plan for this, I will need, let me put the orange on that end. I will need to have these so that they can be as close to the board as possible, because otherwise it's not a woodwork video, is it? That would be ideal. Yeah, so I'm going to do orange this way. You know what I should do? I should at least make all the ones that are together the same orientation. That wouldn't be a bad thing. Man rambles on and does some soldering after failing to be an IT person. Oh, and he's uncoordinated too. Somebody posted a very helpful comment about my videos. It was nice to hear that they've been a subscriber and they like my attitude toward things, and they did say, I should probably spend a bit more time on the editing phase. And I'm resisting the urge to make up many excuses as to why my videos are not the most edited in the land. Now, should I make the orange on this side mirror, or should I make it the same so they're all facing the same direction? I'm almost tempted to mirror them, even though no one's going to see it. And then I can at least solder some of these on. I should probably be recording this, because this is one of the reasons that my videos are poorly edited, is I end up doing sections of builds that are not filmed, because it takes a lot longer to film something, doesn't it? You know, you sort of crack on and then check back in. But I guess particularly with woodworking videos more than electronics videos, people probably want to see how you achieve things, how you solve certain problems. Not necessarily how I soldered on some components. Yeah, definitely up the gin. A nice gin too. I didn't even realize we've got I should say a gin junkie at work who's a bit of a gin aficionado. I didn't realize there was a difference between Gilbey's and, you know, and all the others, but apparently there is. Some gins are like drinking silk. Didn't know gin was such a fibrous drink. Right, there we go. Undid it, redid it, did it again. And plenty of trashy TV as well. Or trashy YouTube. Oh, I nearly put it in backwards. Honestly. And I'm about ready to have a rest with 4-stroke lawnmowers, having spent well over the cost of a 4-stroke lawnmower to repair a 4-stroke mower. 2 out of 3 are going. We are still aiming for 3 out of 3, but I think it's going to cost one more bit of money to get there. But then while it was running today, I don't know. Ooh, don't breathe the smoke in, James. But it's just sad that you can't have, music on in the background because you get nobbled by copyright. That was a bit warm. Anyway, what was I? Oh, so it turns out it'll run when you spray carby cleaner down the intake of the carburetor, but it won't prime. And it seems it's quite a common issue on these particular mowers that the plastic housing, which provides the seal for the pump, basically the primer is basically the bulb has a little plastic channel that then sucks air, which pushes fuel from the tank into the butterfly of the carburetor. And if that plastic somehow, if it gets screwed too tightly against the carburetor housing, it doesn't seal. And so you can either heat it up with an air gun and try and pull it back in and then sort of clamp it down, or just replace it. As much as, I should probably try and go the free route first, considering it's probably going to go up for sale and get sold for less than the cost of all the parts. But I'm also tempted to just say, how much is one? Have you got one in stock? Because I can just finish the bloody thing. Because I could order a cheap one from AliExpress, but then it's hanging overhead while there's school holidays, and I like the thing out of the way. But I'd also like the thing out of the way before we, so Scott can get something for it rather than giving it away as parts. Because a lot of work has gone into it. When you consider how much we've actually spent on it, probably could have bought a more, not a nice one. You could have bought a nice second-hand one, or a rubbish new one. There we go. How's that? Is that passing muster so far? Every once in a while, I've just got to pull the glasses up so that the top of my ear gets a break. Right. R10. So we've got 2 more 330s there, a 330 there, and that looks like it's there. Looks like it's it. 2 more 330s and a 330, which would probably be why I've got 3 330s left. Now they're using the DIY quartz movement kits from Amazon, which I used to have loads of them. I think we made clocks with my primary school classes. So I thought, well, as I'm a hack, and I'm not a real woodworker, I'm only a fake woodworker and a fake electronics person, so I'm an absolute phony. Let's do a hack little digital clock. So I thought I'd build this little kit, and then I'll cut out a nice piece of Australian hardwood and put some standoffs on it, and like route out a pocket for a little like a power bank or something. If I actually had a little USB, the charging board that I hear Big Clive talking about all the time, I'd even think about making it a USB rechargeable clock. That'd be kind of fun. But let's be fair, it is me. Or I'd even thought about 3D printing something. I could do this, and I could 3D print it, and I could just screw the 3D print onto a piece of wood, and I could 3D. Oh, that's a better idea, isn't it? That is so hack and so me. I really like that. If only the laser cutters were working and I could laser etch a banana onto them. But anyway, that's okay. So I'm hoping to get some like a Barry 2 and Barry 3 sticker just to go on the handles, and I need to sit down in here to do that. I think we're leaning towards keeping Barry and Barry 3 because they are essentially the same engine. It's the older, more everywhere Briggs style engine. We were out today seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie. It was another day of unlocking autism achievements. Watching the Super Mario movie. It could only be topped if we were watching a Pokemon movie. But he seemed to enjoy it. He didn't really know much about Mario, but it was funny enough, and there was enough sort of slapstick humor in it for the adults as well. I found myself giggling a few times. It was an alright movie. Oh, I'm not going to be happy with that. Can you see what I've done? Can you see it? That one over that side is the wrong way around. I can't live with that. if I'm gonna hack something together, I really want to hack it together properly, because what I'll do when I get back inside is I'm going to model up something in Fusion, and I'll need to make sure I hit record to capture it. But now I've got to try and desolder this. Where's my desoldering gun? Right, Jim makes fun of the Americans again. There's my desolderer. Got a blue one now because my plunger and my other one went to cock. All right, come on, desolderer. I got a tiny bit. Ow, that's hot. Whoa. That's a Mario sound. It was a good enough film. I don't get why who was the guy that was Luigi in the live action one in the 90s? John Leguizamo, who's, if you don't know who he is, he was also Sid in Ice Age. But he's calling for people to boycott it because they didn't have a Hispanic actor playing Luigi, who is Italian. Which I thought was really strange. But, as always, what the hell do I know? I suppose this means I'm getting way too much salt. Now, this is going to be hot, isn't it? Oh, God, yeah. Woohoo! That's a hot one. Tweezers. I will hold this with my tweezers. Is that even? Huh. Who would have thought this would be so difficult? I wouldn't. Try not to burn through the board as well. I am about to burn my finger. It's also probably not helping that this is no longer tinned, so it's probably not really conducting much in the way of heat. Come on. I just want to, just need to, just push a little bit against. There we go. Ow! That was really hot. It's getting there. It's slowly moving up. So is my burn count. And the weather's just turned absolute rubbish. Maybe what I should do as an editing exercise is I should remake a video like the stool or something. And I probably almost got enough out that I can now cut it off. But I'm trying to do the right thing. I think the key is just burning your fingers ever so slightly each time. Correct me if I'm wrong. There it is. Right. Try again. Which way is it going? It's going that way. There we go. Ah, order has been restored to the force. Yeah, I was meant to say the road rage thing. I was meant to talk about that last time, but I think I already told you about it. When we were in Adelaide, I had to go to the supermarket really late, and there's one that opens at midnight, because we had to get things that we couldn't buy at a petrol station or an OTR or something. So I drove to the Coles on Anzac Highway. Did I do that one? Yeah, there's a blob there. But on the way there, I had a drink bottle. As is normal, I had a drink bottle, in fact, one of these, between my knees as I was driving, because the car was full of crap from the drive to Adelaide, and it was late and I was tired. And the drink bottle rolled off. It rolled off the seat down onto the footwell, and I thought that'd be a really bad idea if that gets under my foot pedal, especially my brake or something. So I pulled into what used to be an old petrol station. Years and years ago, it was a well-renowned in Adelaide for being like the cheapest fuel around. And so I pulled into this petrol station to basically retrieve the phone from the floor and then be on my way. While I was down retrieving the phone, the drink bottle, sorry, my phone rang, and it was my mum. So I was talking to her about, yes, the hotel's nice. No, I've got to go. I'm driving across to Anzac Highway. Yes, I'm being careful. Yes, so, yeah, we all made it there, that kind of stuff. So I'd retrieved it and I'd pulled back out onto what was Marion Road. And I was driving to Anzac Highway. At the next set of lights, before the next set of lights, a Toyota Camry went past with somebody leaning out of the window screaming at me and yelling, and I rolled down my window to just this barrage of fucking, and I'm thinking, well, I didn't cut anyone off when I pulled out of the petrol station, and I don't think before I did anything, unless, I started thinking, did I drive through some gang territory or something? Something stupid like that. Now this one should be a 10K, so. Yep. So I started thinking, geez, what have I done? So I very hurriedly drove past them and said, oh, hi, I'm really sorry, and tried to give them a thumbs up. And while Mum's on the phone, What's going on? Nothing. It's all right. And then we got to the traffic light, and when they sped off in front of me. When they got to the traffic light before me, they pulled in front of me and put their hazard lights on. I thought, it's a bit strange if they had a breakdown or something. And so I was, well behind them, and I started to slow down to almost a crawl while the light was red, thinking, I don't want this person to get out of the car and beat the living daylights out of me, especially if I don't know what I've done, because it's really late at night and people are expecting me. So I slowed down to a crawl, and then when the lights turned green, I sort of snuck around them back in the left lane and drove through at quite speed, but not illegal, but rather sharpish like, and they took off after me. And again, then the person pulled up next to me and started sticking, gun fingers out the window, and I'm like, geez. And Mum's still on the phone saying, oh, so what do you think you're going to do tomorrow? Where are you going to go for breakfast? And I'm trying to remain very calm and go, oh, I'm not really sure. I must have been giving such vague answers. And we got to the next traffic lights along, which were like Dawes Road or something like that. And it happened again. Pulled in front of me. I was in the left this time. He pulled in front of the left lane, put the hazard lights on at the red light. And I'm thinking, oh, gosh. So again, I sort of slowed right down. I left plenty of space. And then when the light went green, I pulled around and went. And then I ducked down a left-hand side street, and the people started following me. So it was really starting to give me the willies now. I'm thinking, geez, I'm going to, I can't hang up and say, Mum, I've just got to go and call the police. So I was desperately trying to end the phone call nicely to not sort of draw any attention to what was going on. But I was also starting to panic a little bit, I will say. I was a little bit panicked. And so after that, we got to the fine, or, this went on for another set of traffic lights. And then we got to the Anzac Highway traffic lights, and a police car was coming the other way. So I started flashing at the police car, and they slowed down and did a U-turn, and were coming behind me. And then suddenly the guy hightailed it through the Anzac Highway lights, and the police car saw the person and decided to follow them and put their lights on. And I decided I would leave Anzac Highway rather sharpish, and yeah, didn't didn't notice what happened at the end of that. Got to the supermarket with Mum still on the phone, none the wiser at the time, and got our things done, and then decided next time we needed shopping late at night, I was going to say, let's just wait till the morning. All right. So what am I left with? Oh, should probably get a. There's quite a bit, isn't there? There's a couple of switches. And there's a circuit board riser. Oh, there's two. There's a circuit. There's a little chip on there. A segmented display, which is all in the middle. Lots of LEDs. There's a USB charge socket. Okay. There's a switch. And I think there's another switch somewhere. I just saw, yeah, there's another switch there. I don't know if these are those spares of the same chip. There's a chip there. There is a battery and a battery holder that's surface mount. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Maybe I'll be able to do that. I suppose the other thing is Am I soldering these on backwards? I don't know. I suppose it doesn't really matter for resistors. It doesn't matter whether they're front or back. But if that is meant to be the front of it, then see, what I was thinking is just having the solder joints on the front with most of the components on the back, but things like the ICs and stuff. But the printing's on the back, so that would say to me that that should go on the back. And then you just put the display on the front. That's sort of the only thing that goes that way. And certainly the like the battery holder, that's all. I'm going to try it. I've never done a surface mount thing, but it's got some nice big pads on it, so provided you tin both bits, it should be okay, I think. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, so I think everything goes on the back. Apart from that, looks like that might be the USB. Hello. Oh, this is just a work email, I think. I can probably ignore it. Tips to get the most out of Fusion 360. Yeah. There is no way that I'm going to be able to solder those USBs. They're tiny. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be that precise. Okay, I'll leave that one for later. I guess short of the switches, what there's a little, there's a transistor, and then there's a little piezo speaker, which would be one of the last things to put on because and that's the speaker there. Is there a mark? Yeah. Long legs are positive because being tall's a positive. So that would go on there. I mean, all the components are marked that way, so. And I'll just have to 3D print some kind of very elaborate large standoff and then a backer board. That'd be good. All right. Oh, wow. Nearly at time already. What should I do next? This dude. Q1. Let's do, because this, it's less about what are the easiest to put on there and more about which are the ones I'm likely to lose. And this guy is going to get lost because I am terrible with such components. So let's get him on there, and then we'll start the mass. It's a bit shinier. It's a little bit wonky. Can I give it a little push? Oh, it's a bit warm. Right. Then this guy, because he's definitely going to get lost, isn't he? In fact, is there another one? Ah, there is. See, there is a tiny. Oh, there's a couple of. There's a little capacitor. Right? It's a little like. Oh my gosh! And there's a tiny diode in there as well. C1, C2. Well, there should be more than one cap in there then. That's the port. That's if I want to have just a. I'm just looking for where that other C1, C2. It's like a little, is it a temperature sensor? Is that what that is? It kind of looks like it's got some kind of little, it might be some kind of photo sensor, some light sensor, possibly. Oh, the DS13. Okay, I'll look up I'll see if there's a circuit, because that will probably help me out. Cheers, man. DS1302, DS1302. Oh, yes. That looks all right. Let's see if the Bay of E obviously the LEDs go on the front as well. There's the LEDs going that way. I'll need to remember that. Okay. No problemo. No worries. Cool. That's the LDR from auto dimming display. Oh, right. Well, maybe that's what I found. Is that my tiny thermistor? Or is that the tiny thermistor? All right. Oh, here we go. This is a tiny. It looks like a diode. Oh, there's the thermistor, I think. That looks like a thermistor. Right. Maybe. He says, not knowing what the feck he's on about. That's a little cap. Right. So I know where the cap goes. And there's another one. Okay. And it looks like a raft of LEDs are left. Okay, so these are the next most important things I need to get right. So they're both 10. So C1 and C2. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, C1? I think I am C2. They're non-polarized, so by the look. All right, we'll get that one on. So the road rage was an interesting experience. I've never had, like, I've had people pissed off at you because, you know, you're wearing the wrong shoes or something, but that was, I didn't want to stick around to find out what apparently I'd done to wrong this chap. And he just started behaving so strangely. I'm like, I don't know whether, like, the pulling over was offering to, you know, to invite me out to punch on or what, but I wasn't in the mood to punch on. I was too tired. Okay. All right. Where does this fit? RMGM. Trying to see. I always give you switches that look like they're falling down the stairs, don't they? Why so? I mean, it looks like it could be there. Possibly. I don't see a marked side. And I guess if it's a little photo sensor, then it's got to go that way. If it's for auto dimming, it's got to be able to look. Or maybe it goes back there because it's... Yeah, I don't know. It's looking like a thing more and more. All right. Oh, it's an hour. We made it to an hour. Can I get that on? Should I put that on that way? But then again, it's going to be bloody loud, isn't it? So remove seal after washing. What the? I have it on the back because then it'll make less racket. Okay. Well, I hope you feel better, mate. I'm going to leave it there because I'm exhausted. And if I press on, I will stuff something up if I have not done so already. But I hope things are going well. All my best to your crew. Well, you know. And I'll catch you around. I'll give you a call and discuss the weather and wood. All right, mate. I'm going to leave it there. So his Billy's nearly tanked it as well. Night, mate.